Once upon a time, between the 1950s and 1980s, there was a designer named Massimo Vignelli. Massimo became very well known during a period considered the golden age of graphic design. Massimo was known for statements regarding the industry or responsibilities of being a designer. One of his quotes in particular that resonates with today's video is, "The life of a designer is one of fight, a fight against ugliness." This quote captures the spirit of our industry. Today, we'll go over the combination of beauty and design and how they act to drive desire. I'll touch on ideas of innate and culturally defined concepts of beauty. We'll explore the use of color, imagery, and messaging. And finally, I'll share examples of beauty in design to show how different designers utilize beauty in their own way. What do a movie poster for Wonder Woman 1984, a McFlurry store graphic, and a Toyota RAV4 advertisement have in common? They all utilize beauty to grab your attention and make you respond. Beauty in design works like a hook. It lodges in your mind and pulls you towards an action. Whether that action is desiring, trying, or buying, beauty gets a response. As designers, our goal is to create things that are unforgettable. Kind of like a song that you wake up with and you can't stop humming throughout the day. Design has the power to change behavior, but first we need to capture attention. We use beauty strategically to create desire, and that desire motivates people to act. It might sound simple, but there's a psychology behind it. Beautiful things are hard to ignore. You see them, you want them, you think about them, and eventually you'll take action for them. Desire drives action. As designers, our goal is to create desire, not just romantic or superficial, but the kind that compels people to act or change behavior. Beauty in design influences behavior in a number of ways. It's not through luck or coincidence, it's through the use of knowledge, skill, and research. Whether it's architecture, fashion, product design, or interior design, every field uses beauty to connect people with ideas, products, and services. Today I'm focusing on graphic or communication design, where the relationship between message and receiver is key. Before we think about the visuals, we start with strategy. What do we want the viewer to feel? What do we want them to understand? What do we want them to do? And from there, we use beauty and help get that message to create desire and, of course, inspire action. When it comes to beauty and design, a key question always comes up. Are the perceptions that we have of beauty inherent, or are they learned? There was research done by Rubinstein, Calacanis, and Langelis that suggests that even babies prefer looking at faces that are considered attractive by adults. But beauty isn't just biological, it's also shaped by culture. From the stretched necks of the Karen women in Myanmar to the rhinoplasty bandages worn proudly by Iranian women, beauty ideals are informed by social and cultural environments. Different societies have unique standards. In the US, pop culture drives our shifting ideals of beauty. Celebrities define what's in, and design must adapt to these fast-changing ideals. De gustibus non est disputandum is a Latin phrase, so you know it's got to be true. This phrase means, in matters of taste, there can be no dispute. We like what we like. In other words, beauty is subjective. Whether inherent or cultural, ideas of beauty change over time. People expect more than usability. They want beauty. We no longer settle for purely functional designs. We want aesthetically pleasing products that evoke positive emotions and stimulate our senses. Beautiful designs are perceived as more functional, valuable, and enjoyable. Let's take Apple, for example. While other tech companies may offer similar functionality, because of Apple's design ethos, which is rooted in beauty, they've created a loyal following. Many people, including myself, are devoted to Apple not just for what their products do, but for how they make us feel. Apple's success is a testament to the power of design. It shows how aesthetics can elevate a product and strengthen the emotional bond between the user and the brand. Beautiful, aesthetically pleasing designs satisfy these needs. We tend to judge a book by its cover. The better the cover, the higher we perceive the quality of its content. For instance, when comparing two products with similar features, the better looking one often wins users over. Think about it. Who wants to heat water for aromatherapy using an ugly pot? Most people would choose a beautiful pot to enhance the experience. Beautiful design matters. Even something as simple as a mug can be transformed by design. A sleek, app-controlled mug that keeps your drink at a perfect temperature isn't just functional, it's beautiful. And that beauty enhances the user experience. What people are really noticing isn't just the value of design, but the value of beautiful design. When I stepped back and reflected on how we truly integrate beauty into our designs, I was able to narrow it down to just really 3 elements: image, color, and message. We've all heard a picture's worth 1,000 words, and we know that a great photo can tell a story without a single caption or a word of explanation. Beauty in images is driven by more than just appearance. It's about symbolism and how images are interpreted by the viewer, or semiotics, the study of signs and how they're used to communicate. Semiotics is essentially the understanding of how people read and respond to visual language. People interpret signs faster than they can read, making them a powerful tool for designers. Think of things like an apple, a stop sign, or a crown. While they have really literal meanings, they also have meanings that carry symbolic weight. An apple can signify health and nourishment. A stop sign can indicate danger. A crown can symbolize royalty, power, or authority. As designers, we have to understand how these signs communicate meaning beyond their literal interpretations. With anthroposemiotics, or the study of human communication, we weave signs into structures of meaning that help create a story. These narratives help us connect with our audience, and the goal is to make that connection as compelling and as clear as possible. What do you see in this image? A woman sitting in a pen, wearing boxing gloves, staring directly at you. Her gaze is challenging, yet something feels a little bit off. She isn't really dressed for boxing. Her casual clothing really contradicts the story we might expect from a boxing scene. As you examine the photo, you notice that it's really filled with stunning colors and it's got this rustic feel. So what do you think is being advertised here? Would you believe that this is part of a Victorian fashion campaign? How about these images? A beautiful arrangement of food crafted into intricate shapes. Before I reveal who this is for, what do you think it represents? Would you believe this is a campaign for Rosalie's, a restaurant in Montreal's Queen Elizabeth Hotel, and it's celebrating the beauty of raw ingredients. The visual concept makes the ingredients come alive, makes them seem fresh and dancing with grace. This campaign for Zalando emphasizes the product's energy and appeal purely through composition and color. How about this McDonald's ad? It communicates a simple and effective message. No words needed, just a pristine kitchen implying that convenience is better than cooking at home. Lastly, think of the Disney logo. What comes to mind? Family fun, laughter, magical experiences. How would you beautifully promote Disney without using any words? How about showing children fast asleep in a car after a day at Disney World? The image says so much without needing to explain anything. It tells a story of exhaustion after an unforgettable adventure for a little Disney princess, or a young Jedi, or a Toy Story fan. Color has a powerful impact on human emotions. In design, color is more than a visual element. It's a tool for evoking feelings, moods, and associations. Before humans could learn to appreciate the beauty of color, it served a far more practical purpose: survival. Color helped us identify necessary objects or warning signs. Color works in harmony with all of our senses. It symbolizes abstract concepts, it evokes memories, it expresses fantasies, it creates emotional responses. In design, it becomes the silent salesperson, communicating the desirable aspects of a product or service without saying a word. Color can evoke a range of responses. So let's look at a couple of examples. A Coke can. The red on a Coke can symbolize more than just color. To us, it conveys a sense of refreshment, of sweetness, even excitement. What about an iPhone box? The sleek, flat white of a new iPhone box suggests purity, modernity, sophistication, everything while satisfying our desire for something clean and very high-end. Products that offer sweet tastes or scents often feature colors like peach or pink, cream or lavender. These shades visually hint at the sweetness or the pleasantness of the experience. If we look at extra gum, on the other hand, a promise of cool refreshment is communicated through the icy blues and greens, enhancing the product's sense of coolness before you even try it. And here's a brief overview of what certain colors can communicate. Red is passionate, aggressive, and important. Orange is playful, energetic, and cheap. Green is stable, natural, and prosperous. Purple is luxurious, mysterious, and romantic. Brown, as we've seen, is earthy, rustic, and stable. Black is powerful, sophisticated, and edgy, where gray is neutral, formal, and sometimes gloomy. And white is clean, virtuous, and healthy. Just as beauty carries cultural meaning, so do colors. And here are some cultural associations from color or with color from around the world. In Latin America, red symbolizes religion when it's combined with the color white. In the Middle East, orange is associated with mourning or loss. In many African nations, only people of high rank are allowed to wear the color yellow. In Latin and South America, green is the color of death. And in the Eastern and Asian cultures, blue is associated with immortality. If we look at the Humane Society in Canada, without using real pet photos, the organization created advertisements that relied on color to draw people in, engaging them with visuals that make an emotional connection. The goal was to tap into potential adopters' love for animals, making them more inclined to adopt. Febreze utilized color to emphasize the unpleasant aroma of cheese, and then they contrasted it with the freshness of the air after using the product. The colors also told a story of transformation. With Lavazza's campaign, they filled the entire scene with different shades of brown to reinforce the rich, chocolatey taste of their drink. The color scheme was carefully chosen to evoke warmth and indulgence, making the product look irresistible. So colors do far more than make something look attractive. It creates emotional responses, fulfills desires, and influences decisions, whether we realize it or not. Messages are the third level of design communication, and they create the connection between the design and the people who spend time engaging it. When combined with image and color, the message becomes the glue that binds the emotional and visual aspects of a design together. The story we must tell has to be clear, compelling, and resonate with the target audience. A powerful message has the ability to elicit emotions. If we go back to the Disney example, the visual of kids sleeping after a day in the park says everything about the experience without needing text. It taps into the emotional connection Disney has with families, reinforcing the brand's message of fun, magic, and adventure. If we consider the McDonald's ad, the image of a spotless kitchen suggests that McDelivery is a smart, effortless choice. Why mess up your perfect kitchen when you can order in? As storytellers, we use constructs familiar to our audience to show the difference between surface structure or obvious meaning and deep structure or cultural or emotional meaning. The difference helps connect viewers to a deeper understanding of our message. For example, an image might convey a simple story, but the cultural clues behind it, the colors, the expressions, the settings, can reveal much more profound meanings to the audience. As humans, we've been using visual symbols to communicate for a long time. Consider Trajan's column in Rome. This is an extraordinary piece of propaganda that tells the story of Trajan's military campaigns through a continual pictorial narrative that goes all the way up from bottom to top. If we also look at the baptism of Christ in a painting by Piero della Francesca, where the white dove symbolizes the Holy Spirit, we've got another example that shows that semiotics and visual storytelling are almost as old as human civilization itself. One of the most poignant examples of messaging comes from Volkswagen's emotional farewell to the Beetle. In a moving spot, we watch a particular Beetle as it travels through significant life events. From a relationship blooming to the birth of a child to the owner growing old, the car is ever present. At the end of the journey, the Beetle begins to drive itself, passing people from its history, all waving goodbye. The owner stands alone, watching the car drive off into the sky where it transforms into a firefly and finally into a star. That star then hints at what's to come. The message, saying goodbye while also looking forward, resonated deeply with the audience, using image, color, and message in perfect harmony. Sometimes an ad's message is only revealed after we look deeper into the campaign, and we look to try to understand the semiotic meaning behind it. If we were to explore these images, we see young, attractive women in unusual situations, and we're kind of left wondering at first glance, what's being promoted? But when we see the copy, everything becomes clear. The images provide clues to the attitude of the people in the ad. It also gives quick insight into the type of audience the company is targeting. This layered approach is storytelling at its finest, and it reveals the subtlety of how message and image can work together. In a campaign for Jeep, the brand successfully uses beautiful images to ignite the imagination of the audience. The images evoke the sense of adventure and freedom that comes from the brand. Jeep uses colors to stir feelings of nature, exploration, and ruggedness, while the message encourages viewers to reflect on their own sense of adventure and desire to explore. Throughout this video, there's been one simple truth. Beauty gets noticed. A beautiful message, when paired with more senses, creates a deeper connection with the design. It helps form a bond between the audience and the brand that goes beyond a fleeting interaction. Design is our tool for communicating a brand's message, capturing attention, showcasing products or services or ideas in a way that resonates. But when you combine design with beauty, you create something more. A deeper emotional connection that goes beyond just aesthetics. As I've gone over today, beauty and design isn't just about aesthetics. Design communicates, beauty captivates. And when they come together, they create desire. A desire to act, to try, to buy, and to change. That is the essence of great design. Whether you're a designer or simply someone who appreciated good design or appreciates good design, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful for you. If you're a practicing designer, your mission is to strive to utilize beauty that speaks, engages, and ultimately transforms the way people connect with the world around them. If you're a new designer or a self-taught creative looking for tips and tricks, join me as I begin this journey to provide design insights that can help you become a better, more well-rounded creative professional. As Massimo Vignelli said, we are in a constant fight against ugliness. Let's fight it together. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. More videos to come. Until next time, pa'lante.